you want banks, to step up and improve liquidity in the foreign exchange market. Just tell us briefly how you expect the banks to do that. And then there's a warning about potential tariff war. What's that about?
Well, the tariff war is actually, as Professor said, following the U.S. election and President Trump emerging as the president. His antecedents shows that when it comes to trade, he focuses more on unilateralism rather than multilateralism. So, America first, that's the slogan. So when you say America first, you're trying to protect your manufacturers. So you will now impose tariffs against imports into your country. And by doing that, they are a global force. America is a huge consumer of goods, and they also produce. So, and they had been taking their productive base to other countries, emerging markets like China, Vietnam, South Korea. And China now started copying and improved on their own productive capacity. And their goods are now cheaper. So they are blocking them. So once this starts, these tariffs and trade wars is going to affect what WTO tries to do to manage trade wars so that smaller countries are not hurt, bigger countries are not hurt. But when a country decides to go on their own, it's going to disrupt the global supply chain and it's going to disrupt the global market. And when it does that, emerging markets will suffer, like Nigeria. For example, the US, they have a stockpile. They have a stockpile of crude, and Nigeria, we produce crude, we export to the US, but with his own kind of policy, they are going to start. He's not for climate change and so on. So they're going to start producing crude oil in massive ways. And some ways are like fracking and all other models that you can use to get production. So which means once they do that, there will be huge supply in the market. Once there's huge supply, there will be oil glut. It's going to impact negatively on Nigeria because we export. That's our primary source of revenue. When there's too much supply out there to meet demand and even excess, then we'll have a challenge. The tariff was also, as I said earlier, other countries are now saying they're going to retaliate. So it's going to disrupt the total global polity. And it's definitely, no country is in isolation. Countries are interrelated and interconnected. We are at the era of globalization. So it's definitely going to affect us.